The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
We're not stingy with the vibes over here. So don't be stingy with the likes when you appear. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It just came out that way. It just happens. It just happens that it's away at Stamford Bridge for Arsenal Football Club. It should be a good day because we don't lose there if you are Mikel. If you are a fan of Mikel Arteta, this is one of the ultimate flexes. Never lost at Stamford Bridge. Mikel. So today, you have an opportunity, a match at Stamford Bridge of consequence, of great consequence, because I want this trophy. I need this. I need a hit. I need a hit of that sour diesel, that Burmese Kush, whatever strain that they've came up with over these past 20 years that I don't even know about. We need this. Pressure on us. Chelsea don't need a Carabao Cup. You know, Chelsea are the current holders of the Conference League and the champions of the world, Craig. Not of London, but of the world. So we need this. Pressure on us. After the 1-1 win with the 10-man debacle, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? It should have been belt to ass when them men went down to 10 men. Well, guess what? They're going to have 11 today. They're going to start with 11, and I don't think Caicedo was included in the bunch. He's suspended, he's this, he's that. He won't be there, right? Their best midfielder. So the belt-to-ass analogy from that fixture spills over to this one. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm here to see. Arsenal Football Club in a final. 1 foot in a final. For Arteta to face his boss. Because yesterday, Pep did the damn thing. Pep showed everyone what the levels are. So I was on with Jordy Dredd yesterday on the night out. But before I joined, I missed the Newcastle piece. So they were on there and they were talking about the tie is not over. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's done, bruv. Because you've been beaten on the pitch and you've been beaten mentally. Because Pep Guardiola showed up as the away side, showed up with no Rodri, showed up with no Nico Gonzalez, who's been a very good deputy for Rodri, and plays some kid in midfield. Just some kid in a 4-1-4-1. And did you over 4-2, my G? Now you are about to go back to the Etihad, 2-0 down, and you don't think it's over. Because when you go back to the Etihad, you know who's going to start that game? Ballon d'Or Rodri. It won't be no Nico O'Reilly in the middle of the park by himself. Nah, it's going to be Ballon d'Or Rodri. So it's Man City are at Wembley on March 22nd. Can we see him there? Yeah, that's what it's. You have to be a hell of a bet to think that Newcastle can do a remontada at the Etihad against them, man. Because Man City don't bottle leads. First leg ties, they don't bottle that either. They don't do that. They have too much quality, too much mature players, too much know-how. They don't do that. So can Arteta not lose at Stamford Bridge, or can continue his streak of not losing at Stamford Bridge, leave there with a win, and then we see it out at the Emirates? That's the standard. That's the task at hand. No mistake about it. I don't want to hear shit about I don't rate the Carabao, and it's a bonus. No, fuck all that. I need this trophy. Big up to the legendary chat. We are here for a conversation today, people. Big you up. We gonna be on that ass today, said BX Gunner. Like stink on shit. Like white on rice. Like a fat cop all over a free donut. Yes, sir. Big ups. Drop the track, DJ, the doctor. What you telling me? Big up Quaja in the house. Who else is in here? The op. The world champion, the champion of the world, Craig. He is here. Big up to Brian, man. Appreciate you checking in, my bro. Big up to Godfrey. What you saying to me, Godfrey? Hope you're good. Did I miss anyone? Showdown say, what on earth is a collision? I'm sure you got a goddamn dictionary. Big up to the legendary Wahaha, the United Ambassador himself. It's that time again, man. Yes, sir. Jagan's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gary, what you telling me? Mikhail on Madueke's performance against Portsmouth. He was very influential, very positive, and some other things that we need to improve in terms of consistency. Mikhail is just very good at the word salads. He dishing out the word salads. Consistency and domination. Sometimes the words don't even go together. Sometimes they don't even flow. But, I guess I can excuse him because English is not his first language, even though that's bullshit. He speaks very good English. Lived in the UK for well over 20-something years now. I know. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. The doctor. What you telling me, Gary? Gary's in the house. The doctor, BX Gunner. Time to start up the flagship background song. Right, lots of background songs are coming. Like I'm expecting a win today. I'm not backing down from a win. I said the worst result that we can get is a draw. I'm not expecting to lose this game of football. I'm sorry. Where did chess come from? It's Chelsea. But you know what? You know what's interesting, right? When we played Chelsea in the league, leading up to the Chelsea fixture, Brian wasn't in the BBK sports space. It was a bunch of other Chelsea fans that just randomly showed up and was giving it. And I was like, I like this because that usually means one thing. On the contrary, because they were humbled and they were in the title race then, and now it's went from 6 points to 17. I don't know how many points they are behind us. They've gone a little quiet, which kind of worries me a little because normally when they're quiet is when they do something. But the way they were piping up leading into the 1-1, I knew they weren't going to do shit. Chelsea won a few games this season 1-1. I mean, their last 1-1 win benefited us at the Etihad. So big up the Chelsea. Big up the proper Chelsea. One of the worst offside decisions I've seen. The game is gone. Which one? Oh, the City game. The one that got ruled off. I had to leave, but I had to go to my physical therapy appointment at that time. But I watched up to like the first hour. Liverpool had no attackers, and we made a meal of that one. We need to step up today. But you know what? Part of me believes that because Arteta knew that a point gained maintains this 6-point lead, I don't think there was a level of urgency, right? There was no killer instinct to go finish Liverpool off. He was okay with a point. The same way he went to Anfield and played for a point, I think he was okay with a point to maintain the lead on City because City dropped points. I think City had one. He may have changed his approach. Do you know if it's true that we have or employing a new throwing coach? I heard that. But I hear that in the spaces, and it's not one of those things that I wanted to run down and go fact check because it's of no consequence. Because then we go hire a throwing coach, and then we score from a long throw, and he gets a mural, and we know his name and all this shit. We just always seem to over sensationalize everything that is associated with Arsenal, right? Because right now, if Man City, Liverpool, Man United, anyone hire a throwing coach, it's not news. No one cares. But if Arsenal does it, it ends up in the Athletic somehow. Yeah, it's done, bro. Stick a fork in them. Done, done, done. Time for them to slap up Liverpool 5-1 in the meantime. I'm here for that. But Liverpool are of no consequence to us unless we play them in a cup. They pose no threat to us in the league whatsoever. You know what I mean? Did you see how Bruno G had to mention Arsenal after they lost? Nah. What he say now? What this bubblegum bandit decided to say about us now? Well, is he trying to get some airtime? If I tell the business competition, we won't win anything in May. I'm here for that. I hear it, bro. So you're telling me Guardiola put his young midfielder in midfield after he's been playing him as an emergency left back for all his senior career. Imagine that. That is like, and this is the thing. Pep gets away with this, and in the name of rotation, come March, April, May, those minutes that Nico Gonzalez saved in his legs today helps him further down the line. The same way he pulled them at the hour mark at Fulham when they were 5-1 up. They proceeded to concede 3 more goals. And 5-4, and everyone's like, oh, brother, they got 3 points. The scoreline is irrelevant at the end. They got 3 damn points. And minutes were conserved in the legs. However you get the rotation, but he gets away with it. Straight disrespect to the Geordies. He didn't care that it was St. James's Park. I'm going to rotate my guys. Clean sheet, away. One of the toughest grounds to go to, yeah? City bend Newcastle over. City went to Newcastle. Newcastle was stuffing the washing machine. They were playing pool. There's not much more bending over than a game of pool, So City had Newcastle playing pool, breaking the 8 ball in that. It's game day, lads. Come on, you Gunners and Legends the mod. Big up, my G. Arteta would never put Skelly in midfield. Nah. We need a cold case detective, man. You can tell who Arteta's main is and who his side is. Yeah, his main midfield is starting today, and there is some worry there. Now, that the fact that Chelsea are coming off a complete domination of who they played, whoever that side, that the game was played in one half. There's not much that Liam can draw from that and say, you know what, we're gonna play like this against Arsenal, where they just had free roam to recycle the ball. They're gonna have to do some defending today, and Liam's first real test, in a semifinal of a cup. I'm curious to see how he responds. You know what I mean? Did you hear aesthetic Glaze Havers? My God, I thought he was talking about his wife. Jesus? Anyone got that link? Anyone have the link to that, the Glaze? And speaking of Glaze, yesterday, people, I don't know how many of you were, if any of you were in the night out session on Jordy J. There wasn't ever a foul rate, so there were a lot of people watching. And that damn Cav from Red Pitch Podcast, you know what, you're talking, and this is a good segue. Big up, Showdown. Yeah, so here's what it is. It seems as if when you talk about Mikael, anything other than straight out glaze is considered negative. And me and Uncle Views were on there. Yep. Me and Uncle Views as the negative gooners was on the night out session. Cav, a couple of Liverpool fans, a couple of Newcastle fans, and Mito, the Man United fan, were on there. And when it got to the Arsenal section, and we started to speak on Arsenal, anything other than, he's just the best ever, the Korean dude for the clip that I won't play. Man just went off. I've never seen this much fire in Cav's eyes. Man literally told us to go support Man City. It's okay to call the N-word. By the N-word, I mean negative. Right? It's okay to be called that. Okay, whatever. But when it gets to the point, man say, go support Man City then. I was like, shit. He's rattled. We've touched a nerve. Because I'm not, why can't you just get behind the team? We're first in this, we're first in that. And I'm like, brother, that's kids talk. That's for the kids to say we're first this and that. It's January. The only time being first in the Premier League matters is May. Now of course, this is where I want to be, because you've heard me say I want us to start, finish, and finish strong. But there's no celebration in between there. It's content. And then man, to make it very difficult for me to be comfortable with a 6-point lead, even though we have 51 points to play for, to the point where man said, "Go support Man City then." And I'm like, brother, surely your love for Mikel cannot be that deep. He wears Havertz master bed. Havertz is an Arteta stepson, just like Odegaard is definitely gonna glaze them. My days. That made a side piece reference was cold still. All right, Arsenal win, or else it's failure. We still need control. We are better, and we need a big away win. We need to win a big away match. Damn, early. Big you up. Big up to Gary, man. I don't even think we need a big win. A 1-0 will do. A 2-0, great. But we just need to win this game, right? So then you have a case of Newcastle now has to go to the Etihad. And the man really said it wasn't over. Now they have to go to the Etihad and score first, right? Now you have to go to the Etihad and leave space behind for Pep. Space in behind for Erling Haaland. You know what I mean? That is mad. So that's what I want. They come to the Emirates and they have to play football. It gives us a chance to slap them for another 5. Because the 5-0 and the 3-0 were all at the Emirates. Big up to Adolf. Darren the General. Will Arteta play for a draw? He's known for that. This is not a crazy take. Draw Arteta. 14 of them last year he racked up. Clearly the tactics that he's employed in many games this season would suggest that he plays for draw more often than he would admit. I do believe that. But today I don't think he will. Today he must. Because you damn sure can't go back to the Emirates down. Nah, brother. No. This is the year of progression, right? Because the narrative around how Arsenal play football and how we operate is progression. Remember? Quarterfinal in the champs, semifinal in the champs. So this year we must make the final, right? Semifinals last year in the EFL Cup. So this year we must make the final. So this is the year we will know. This is the game, rather, that we will know if there is something different about this bunch. Because you got to this point last year and got fist up by Newcastle home and away. There is no Alexander Isak in this Chelsea team. Now, there are injury reports about Saliba, blah, blah. Okay, we don't have Saliba. They don't have Caicedo. Everybody got injuries at this point in the season. Go out and get the job done. Whatever center-back partnership you need to concoct, go out there. You just have to do it. Have to do what you got to do, man. Can we get a coach to manage Blunderman? Call him up. The coach. Well, Slot also mentioned Arsenal after the Arsenal game. What the fuck did that ball fraud say? They're very good at set pieces. That's what he said. Drop the link in there if you can find it. Wahaha. Yunus Sai says, hi. Today is Gainer's Wine. Don't know what's going on there. We appreciate you checking it. Out of the games we've played so far, I think 28 of my pre-match meetings I could throw in the bin. Only once or twice the other team did what they did 20 weeks before Arsenal was one of them. Wow. Big up to we're on 17 likes already. Listen, wicked ratio, people. Wicked ratio. So I'm confident we'll get to 20 without me even asking. Big up to social. Everybody giving us some daps. You're exactly a negative fan. I mean, I don't run from it, but no, I completely admit to them. There are times that I look at the situation with much more skepticism than they do. But the fact that you don't sing the heavens praise, they say it's negative. It's kind of like if a couple years ago they were doing this Pride Month thing for baseball players in the MLB, and they were like, "Hey, you got to wear these T-shirts." And one of the baseball players was like, "No, I'm wearing that shirt. I don't have anything against those people. I'm just not wearing that shirt." And everyone crucified. Well, what does it say about you? Why don't you want to? It doesn't say anything. I just don't want to wear the shirt. You know. And I'm just saying, I'm not being negative right now. I'm just not glazing Arteta the way you said it. And then it's like, you're being negative. You can just get behind the team. Them man don't really know how upset that I get when we lose games, you know. And that's one of the reasons I keep telling the audience that that's why I don't do watch alongs, because I'm a complete mess when the game is on. You know what I mean? Now we just started, Maggie. We just started with the intro and how we must win today and all them something there. Touched on the Newcastle game from yesterday as well. I big you up. Just get behind the team. And that's the thing, that phrase it's kind of like they just want us to turn the blinder to the thing that could be of a concern. And at the end of the season, we all just say, "Oh, well, we gave it a try." Nah, the hell with that. I don't need to see the whole house engulfed to know that there's a fire. If the kitchen is on fire, concerns there. Don't wait till it should spread to the living room to pull the panic button. Real killers don't need constant reassurance. Arteta ain't no killer. Yeah, I think if Liverpool were in the position that we were in, and a poor version of us went to Anfield, something tells me we don't get a 0-0 draw. Something tells me we get punched up 5-0. You remember when poor versions of Arsenal used to go to the Etihad? It was 5-0, brother. You remember them days? But a poor version of Liverpool came to us and got a clean sheet. That LFC Monster put the stat out. Liverpool kept 6 clean sheets this year. 2 of them have been against us. Yeah. 2 of them. 2 of 6. So a third of the clean sheets have came against the presumptive champs. Everybody else bust net against these men. And these men turned up to the Emirates and left with something. Didn't like that at all. Top Gooner says Havertz is closer to Bergkamp. I mean, they must have sat close in a banquet or some shit. Semenyo fixes so much of their transition play now. He does look like he fits in right there, hand and glove, just slot right in, just plug and play. Back in the day, you used to buy some electronics and you'd have to program it. You have to pair this with pair that. Like the Apple mouse, this Apple mouse that my wife bought me for this. Back in the day when you bought shit, like you had to pair it. Now you just plug it in, the shit pairs itself. So man, you just step right in, plug and play, ready to go. Well, yeah, close to Bergkamp, Miami. Like Bergkamp is in Arsenal's all-time 11, no matter who you ask, unless someone that was born yesterday. You know what I mean? Kai Havertz is in old bodies, all-time 22. Even Leverkusen, all-time 22. Always playing for draws in big games. Yeah, he does. It's annoying. And it's part of the reason why teams think they can get something from us. Part of the reason why teams don't take us, I don't want to say not take us seriously, but don't fear us the way that they feared other title-winning teams. They see some weakness there. They can feel it. Never fear Blunderman. Semenyo isn't Trossard. Ay. Yeah, brother. It's all-time 11. He's in it. He's in mine. Martin Tapp. I think his name was Martin Tapp or Michael. Someone asked me the other day about my all-time 11. That's him, TT, Patrick, Tony. Automatic in there. The other ones, there can be some debate around who goes here and who goes there. Bobby Perez, Alexis. You know what I mean? But them man there, Hey, if you were in full Irish breakfast with Shane, he showed the clip of that mutant. Yeah, Shane keeps receipt, man. Shane keeps receipts of all the madness. It's mad, bro. You know, someone who was born yesterday, man. And by born yesterday, I mean just started consuming football content. You know what I mean? So when I meet someone that's my age and they're wearing a city top, a Man City top, and they've never been to the UK, yeah, I'm like, okay, you know, welcome to the football world, but your opinions are going to be taken very, very lightly because you just started consuming football. You know what I mean? It's a serious addiction. You're not upset with withdrawals. That Kool-Aid, yippee yippee Kool-Aid. Adolf, we winning today, my G? I think we are, I think we win, not no formal predictions or any sort, but I think we win this game 2-1. Could be a 3-2, but I think we can do a 2-1. That's the Yankees, bro. It's all the New York teams, Brian. It's the Knicks, the Yankees, and the Giants. Those other teams in New York, I don't know who support them, man. I've never met a Jets fan. I don't know what the purpose of the Brooklyn Nets are. They're just there. They all rhyme for a reason. Jets, Mets. Jets, Mets, and Nets. There's one team in New York, and it's the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. I keep saying that we do not have one single player in the top 20 goal scorers, and it's no coincidence, especially after last season. Same shit, different day. Yeah. Top 20 goal scorer. Brother, last year we had no one hit double figures. That is crazy. Crazy, brother. It literally causes carpal tunnel. Teams don't go out with fear these days. Everyone has a good ballers that can hurt you. Nah, brother. If you are Wolves and you're turning up at the Emirates, what baller do you have that can hurt the best defense in the Premier League at their fortress? If you're a Wolves team turning at the Emirates, you should be beaten in the tunnel. You shouldn't think you can get anything against this Arsenal team. And you think it all you want, but you cross the white lines and then we put the clamps on you and you realize, okay, we're not winning today. Let's just do the damage limitation thing. But when we get an own goal and then when we don't get our first shot on target until 60 minutes, that's where their belief comes from. Not because they think they're good, but when they see our style of play and they realize that our style of play is not that good. Not that our players are not good, but our style of play is shit. There are so many uneducated fans. It's kind of annoying at times, especially glory seekers, and that's what it is, right? Because the fact that we even are talking about it, it did its job. It's got its clicks, and you have to be aware. And I've always said this, right? You have to be aware of of content creators who do this full time. Right? If you do YouTube or you do content for a living, you have one responsibility above all: views and clicks. If this is how you pay your bills, some of the shit that you take, I won't take you seriously for full-time YouTubers. Because the truth is not the utmost. It's views. This is how I keep a roof over my head. This is how I feed my family. So I don't have to be truthful. I just need to be hyperbolic. I need to say shit that's going to get traction, or the bills don't get paid this month if YouTube and Google don't send that deposit. So the hell with being sensible. I need to be polarizing and seek glory, that BX Gunner is alluding to. HZ Skills, big you up. Say, what happens to Arteta if he fails at this stage again? We know Arteta cannot defend and park the bus into the final. I don't think he'll park the bus against Chelsea. It annoys me that when we do score, we sit off. But yeah, the writing is on the wall over here, Skills. Failure means one thing, and then he goes at the end of the season, unless we're leaving the season with major trophies or a domestic cup double for me. One in each hand. You know what I'm saying? But I can't rationalize a scenario in my head where we do the 0 for thing, 0 for 4. And then at Super Sunday, he's standing there at the last game at the Emirates giving a speech about make it hurt and we're going to go again next year. No. If that's the case, those match-going fans need to be ashamed of themselves and they better not mention another motherfucking word about international fans. Because at that point, they become enablers. Matter of fact, I think they were enablers last year when they stood there and was singing his name. But they should be booing. Well, I got it horribly wrong for yesterday. So, yeah, you had 3-0 Newcastle, didn't you? I get it right today. Chelsea 4-1. The Chelsea putting 4 past the Arteta defense. You know Arteta is the best defensive man in the world. What are you talking about? My brother is a Jets and a Mets fan. So you know an actual person, an actual mammal who eats food and breathe air, who supports the Jets and the Mets. What's wrong with him? Is he okay, brother? I've never met a Jets fan ever. I even know that shit Shea Stadium used to be in Queens. Do they even still call that shit Shea Stadium? Brother, the Mets, you know. If I am, I'd support the Giants. Come on, Wahaha. See, I know we're connected, you know. I know we're connected, my bro. But, you know, the Seattle Seahawks is on top right now. And this weekend, a divisional game against the San Francisco 49ers. I will be in Seattle. Paul Merson is a Jets fan. Nah. There's something went wrong. You know, is that because of Joe Namath? Did he meet Joe Namath one time and go watch some documentary or some shit? You know, it must be. It must be. It's about collective goal scoring. Yet title winners have 1 to 3 players that hit double digit. Make it make sense. And we credit Mikel all the time and say, you know, even though we think he's a shit coach, we don't think he's a stupid person. We know he's a smart man. You don't finesse a club out of 15.6 million a year without having some kind of smarts about you. You guys is wits. So he knows this. Right? He was at Man City while them men were winning titles. So he knows the formula. So why don't you do what works? Never understood it. With Arsenal, just wait for the second half. You'll get plenty of chances to get a result. I see, especially if we go up. If it's a 0-0, we'll still control. But as soon as we go up 1-0, it's not kickoff, let's win the ball back and go score. It's, okay, have the ball. We'll get back into shape. We won't hunt you down in packs and try to get the ball back. Nah, we'll just get into shape and say, play through us. Big up to me, though. Jenna. Big up me, though, every time, man. What a G. Big up to you, Skills, man. Big you up, man. Appreciate you popping in. The name is unfamiliar, but the content. We do this every day, my G. So, you know, make sure you come back and see us. Hit a subscribe on the channel if you like what you hear. Remember, big up to me, though. Now, people, apart from today's game, right? You know, I really, really, really believe that people who love Mikel Arteta reminds me of a story that broke a couple of years. It might have been a year ago, 2 years ago. There was this guy in the YouTube, in the social media space, a guy named Derek Jackson, right? Derek Jackson was a relationship expert, a relationship guru who gets on the internet every day and panders to battered women and tell them how great they are and how much they're queens. And every problem in your life is not your fault, is the fault of a man that you ain't even met yet. Yeah. Everything is men are the problem, women are the prize. Don't forget your crown. Up. Everything that's wrong with the world is men's fault, according to Derek Jackson. Yeah. And that motherfucker got busted for doing everything that he said women should stay away from. Yep. Derek Jackson was a married man, got caught busted with side chicks, was out here clapping cheeks, every cheeks other than his wife. Yep. And that was a year or two ago. And then instead of admitting that they got duped by said motherfucking Derek Jackson, women still follow this son of a bitch. Matter of fact, he got more followers now than he did then, taking advice from a man that's a serial cheater. He had everything. He was talking about himself in those damn videos, what he was telling women to stay away from. So when I come across these top gooners, instead of just saying we've gotten duped, they just double down and drink the Kool-Aid, like the Assembled says. There are so many similarities. Don't take my word for it, people. Go look up motherfucking Derek Jackson. Jaxn. Came on and had to apologize to his fans. And women still go to his seminars to hear him bullshit him. Because he got caught up and had to admit that he's full of shit. Oh, he made a mistake. No, he didn't. You don't accidentally slip and fall in some pussy. You know what I'm saying? But instead of just saying we've been duped and we've been conned and that football is shit and we don't recognize our football club. This is Arsenal Football Club that we don't even recognize it. Instead of just admitting that, you know what, we may have gotten duped, we may have been lied to. And just double down and triple down and just keep going and keep going. So many similarities, there's a charismatic leader. Have you ever heard that before? A charismatic leader who speaks well and can hide behind a camera in his car. It's mad, but that's what it is. They will not admit. And I've told Cav from the Red Pitch podcast, like, bro, you can't complain about anything this season. Because once you sign up for one more year of Mikel Arteta, everything that he does, you have to own. You wanted more of this. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can hide behind we're first all you want to, but we hid behind that the 2023-24 season and the 22-23 season. So that has lost its shield. That can't shield you from anything, because the teams that walk away with their trophies the past couple of seasons can be like, bro, you were first then. You're first now. It doesn't mean anything. So today, January 14th, golden opportunity to prove that you've turned your life around, Derek Jackson. That you're no longer the serial cheater. That you're no longer the serial butler, Arsenal. Get past Chelsea. This is a prime opponent to do it, because they're the man who walk around London and laugh at all the Arsenal fans. You're the best team in this, you're the best team in that, but we're the ones collecting the trophies. So here we go. Chelsea are in direct line of us, between us and the trophy. And they're catching us in their trophy count. So what are we going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Big up to Godfrey from Mito. Yeah, make sure we sub to Mito, people. Mito is actually giving us content now, perspectives. You can catch him with the Waffle Don. I think that show's on Mondays. If I'm not mistaken. If I speak out of turn, my bro, please correct me. I heard Cole Palmer ducking the match. Another one. Surely he can't. He ducked a couple at the Emirates, so I don't expect him to duck this one at home. So he should play today, and he'll probably play out wide. And if he plays out wide, if he plays the right wing and can't get any change out of Skelly, it's long. Big up to KJ. KJ, the post is gone, yeah? I think KJ is one of the only Liverpool fans who are still holding on to the post. Hey, we got a post. We can still do something. You men are going to take points of each other. There's plenty of points to be thrown around. But nah, I'm declaring you dead. Flatlined. I'm declaring you dead, my bro. That's him. In the car. Dirty dog. John Crow. Like we say at Jamaica. Dirty dog. I understand. We don't need a top scorer of 20 goals. Everyone in our small squad gets an average of 6 goals each. 18 players in the squad, 3 youth players. It's called spreading the goals. Hasn't worked yet. Goals by committee. Nah, you need a gunman. It's because the thing is, like, when you score goals by committee, quite often those goals are of no consequence. And when this is what I mean. Um, those goals will be the third and the fourth goal in a 4-0. Wasn't the goal that unlocked, right? But last year against Nottingham Forest away, we needed a goal. Last year against Everton, we needed a goal to get 3 points. All those 0-0 draws, but there were games we were beating teams 5-6-0 and everyone was chipping in. So who the goals come against and when they come can be very important as well. Real guys knew that guy was but here's the thing. We would tell women that he is full of shit. We would tell the women that he is lying to y'all, and they would say, "Nah, you just mad because he's talking about y'all. You just mad because he's telling the truth." And when we called them on it after he got exposed, they still doubled down. So the real fans know that Arteta is a fraud, is what I'm saying. Even Boy 10, who says we're winning the quad, knows that Arteta is a fraud, which is the weirdest conundrum I've ever seen. So he's a fraud, but you're still predicting quad. If you believe in quad that much, well, lo and behold, we're not leaving the party trophy list this year. Because if with a manager this timid, the squad has to be that good for you to think we can win all the trophies. Everyone knew he was a fraud except for the damn, I call them low self-esteem chicks. That's his audience. That's his talk. Because women who are in happy committed relationships don't listen to that type of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever heard a woman who's in a happy committed relationship say men are trash? No, because her man is king. It's the ones that do too many dicks that be saying, man, how do you know they're trash? Because you tried all of them. Lord, I hope Binks and Claire don't catch this episode. Turn it to a bash session. But there is so many similarities of the sheep and the flock and the charismatic leader who just lies to them and they just lap the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Brian. Chelsea, Titans, Dodgers, at least one wins. Yeah, the Yankees are, the Yankees are at the top of the food chain for me still. But, the Titans and the Giants are sucking right now. But at least we drafted a quarterback last year and we draft well this year. In 3 years, we could see some dividends. But right now, NFL season it's not something I look forward to. The Giants are 14 years now without a Super Bowl. It's long. Big up to KJ, man. BBK has that Samuel L. Jackson motherfucking voice. Yeah, man. But I've never even listened to myself. I might have to listen to this stream back and listen to how that one slipped out and see how it sounded. But man, big up, man. Big up to KJ. Make sure that we're subbing to KJ as well, people. KJSJ. Frequent on the catch up. I think KJ may have do some never a foul as well. I'm not sure, but KJ is in the space, people. Gives us Liverpool content. So big him up. It was funny rattling Kev last night. Yeah, okay. But this is the thing where I never understand how, as content creators, like if I can understand this random fans telling one another, hey, you can't talk about my club because your club is shit. But if you do content, it doesn't matter if your team is shit. It's content. The truth don't give a damn who tell it. Right? So if a content creator who's a Wolverhampton Wanderers fan right now, Wolves at the bottom they can have an opinion on Arsenal. You can have an opinion based in stats, data, statistics, truth, rational train of thought, logical opinions, backed up by facts. You can do it, right? But the idea that because we are above you, you can't have an opinion on Arsenal is, as a content creator, it's kind of wild. You know what I mean? BX gonna say, I'm convinced Arteta is the Antichrist. He is the most protected. You know what? Another reference. We'll take it away from Derek Jackson because I do not want the chicks coming after me because they love them some Derek. You know, we can take it to anyone in the chat knows about the Fab Five. 27 of you locked in. 27 of you absolute legends locked in. I don't know what the like count is, but hit the likes and subscribe, people. And as I'm asking, before I go into my other diatribe, into my other soliloquy, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen, at the 46-minute mark. We've been bossed, we've been roused, and you know what time it is. Just sit back, relax, as we pay our taxes.
Maybach music.
Pull it, pull it.
Maybach music.
What the? Set the goddamn house on fire. Hey, big up to E-Ross in the building. You know how we do over here on BBK Sports, man. We have to acknowledge the Don that he is, man, like E-Ross in the building. Every time. Every day of the week. Twice on Wednesdays. Big him up, big him up. The Assembly said, Blunderman blatantly lies. When you question him, he starts to invent stats to get praise for things he's supposed to do. I mean, he gets fed stats. He gets fed the stats. That damn, what's his name? Kenton. Kenton opens his questions with stats, that glazing stats as well. You know, you've never lost this. You've been better than this. This team at this point during the season had more points than the Invincibles, so they must be better, and all this other shit. So the seeds have been planted for him to navigate press conferences so easy. When press conferences were designed for those fuckers to ask them the questions the people want the answers to. You know, back when the people actually owned their football clubs. Big up to Wesley. Say big up, bro. I'd never say this in front of rivals. Be careful now. We got rivals in here. But we are in for a tough watch tonight. The Liverpool Arsenal game will seem like a riveting watch compared to tonight's game. I can hear that. I literally can hear that it would be about control, not wanting to lose. Because Arteta's ego won't let him lose to a manager who's just taken over, right? Liam's, hey, he managed against what? He didn't do the Chelsea's last game or the league game. He took the cup game, right? So he can't let a brand new manager come into the league and just take his lunch. So I think he will go for control. And I think that's why you will see his standard midfield, Zubomendi, Rice, Odegaard. Mr. Luke Busy, you know, Mr. Engine. And today's Declan Rice's birthday. I think I've seen that somewhere. Today's Declan's birthday. He turns 27. You know, give himself a birthday present and slap one in the top corner. Don't cross that, you know, that free kick. Have a go at Sanchez. You know, you can beat Courtois from 25 yards. You know, you can beat motherfucking Sanchez. 25 likes. Bosh. The training wheels, yeah? Big up to Double Pivots. Pivots was there as well last night to see the divide in the Arsenal fan base because I refuse to glaze them. I'm not. There will be a time. There may be a time. I don't say it will, but there may be a time where Arteta gets me to glaze him. Like, if this shit happens, oh, damn, you will forget that I ever said anything bad about this man. But, you know, the praise don't come before the trophies for me. I'm sorry. And I know that might come off and sound like I'm the old get off my lawn guy, you know, can't get with the times, enjoy the journey. Man, fuck all that. You know, my wife pulled up. I heard that she can come in here and tell you when I came home from my second deployment. I told her, don't tell me about the pain. Where's the baby? Sound like a dick. Where's the damn baby? Oh, my water broke at 11 p.m. and the baby didn't come until the... Where's the goddamn baby? Don't tell me about the journey. Don't make sausage. Where's the goddamn trophy? The end of the season. That's what I'm on. Big up to Yaga P. Legendary Yaga P. Monetization gone. Nah. YouTube cost me money. I don't make any money from this shit. But it's fun. It's fun talking football with the man them. You know what I mean? And you know, the underground king that is Eros, you know, gets his dabs every single time. Big him up. My father always told you, know your size, young girl, wear your size. Young girl, wear your size. The old school reggae people know that. Yeah, man. Maybach music. Yes, sir. Ragadab. Look at all the fire emojis going through. Big up to Eros, man. Eros is a blessing to the YouTube community, I swear. What makes Mikhail's record against what's Mikhail's record against new coaches in the league? I don't know. I used to have I think AJ's been off for a couple of days, but AJ usually come with the stats. I'll go dig that up. But something tells me that social knows it, and it's not good. Eros in the building, man. That Dan Solid show, you know it. Palmer ducking the Arsenal test again. Now, so this is growing legs, yeah. Is he not? Is he really not going to play today? So Palmer, no Caicedo. We absolute must. We should do what Man City. We should be the away team, go there, leave with 2+ goals and a clean sheet. What happens here stays. Yeah, brother. What have you done for me lately will always ring true. Yeah. Facts, bro. I tell you what. Been married to this woman for 20-something years. Let me not pay the goddamn mortgage this month and see what happens. Let's see if she don't go find her a Derek Jackson. Or another internet simp. I don't blame you, bro. Go on what you've seen. Yeah, I'm going on what I've seen, bro. I'm not going on what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? If I have a platoon leader or a commander who's always getting us lost on the route, always driving us into an ambush, like, motherfucker, now you don't get to design the route anymore. You know, we have an ASR, we got a PSR, right? A primary supply route, and an ASR, an alternate supply route. Okay, we're going to take the alternate this time, because every time you take us down this road, you fucking drive us into a choke point and almost get us killed. Not blindly following nobody. Like Lewis said, I'm not blindly following anybody. Carefree Lewis. Big up to Dre, Liverpool extraordinaire. Said big up. I hear someone cracks the Arsenal armor. Yeah. Yeah, that someone is the manager, bro. I think he's the biggest liability at the club. You know? I've said it on many occasions. I don't have any issues whether or not we strengthen this month, January. My lack of chest, my lack of fake positivity, because I can fake your shit. You know, I can fake some motivation. I just won't do it because of him. I don't trust him. He has failed enough times for me not to trust him. And I don't think that's a crazy take. All right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3, 4, 5 times, dumbass. Dumbass. There's only so many times you can fool me, man. You can't. How you gonna get fooled so many goddamn times? You know. You remember when the goddamn? Oh Lord, fuck it. I'm gonna go there. Remember when the church scandal happened like 2 decades ago, or whatever it was, There was this dude on Larry King. Dude was like 35, talking about he got molested till he was 35. I'm like, till you're 35, bro? Nah, you just like dick, Darren. You're 12. You're a 35-year-old man on Larry King D talking about you. Nah, brother. At some point, personal responsibility has to take course. What the fuck is going on? He fooled us one time. Shame on him. He fooled us with the bottle top four. Now fuck all that. He fooled us when he took us completely out of Europe. We got fooled in. Remember the second 8th place finish. But then he fooled us again the following year. When we bought the top four, we got to Tottenham and got punched up 3-0. You know, Rob Holding getting sent off in that. So that was the second time we got duped. Then the third, we got fooled the 22-23 season. Yeah. I'm a human being in it. We're leading the league for 93% of the time. We got fooled in. Now, how many times are we going to get fooled, bro? Like, how many times are you going to get called into his office? So you're 35 years old talking about, nah, brother, you just like dick. So you just like Arteta because he's fooling us. He's failed enough times for me not to have blind faith in him. I don't think that's a crazy take for me to say. And I'm sorry I said Darren when I used that analogy because Darren is in the chat. I probably should have said Tim or some shit. But that wasn't a stray to Darren Martin, I swear. Legendary member of the channel. But these people will have you believing you're crazy for not believing someone who hasn't delivered what they were supposed to deliver. You know what I'm saying? Could you be feeling hungry if you keep going down? Starving, brother. Starving for some silverware. Big up to AFC always. 12 years ago, Mikel Arteta and Liam were played in that FA Cup final. Arsenal 3, Hull 2. This could be the scoreline today. You know? Wahaha, you've just seen that? That's been up there for time, my bro. That was my plaque. That's what I got when I was leaving Germany. That's what the unit gave me. Yeah. It's customary, yeah. They give you your license plate, the flag of the countries, and the colors of the unit. Yeah. So yeah. Great observation, my G. Arsenal should have won the league at least twice in the past 5 seasons, says Mido. I've always said this. Squad is more than capable. It's the coach. 100%. Hence why I'm holding my horses. Match week 33. Be assembled and I have this thing. And he's asking me if we're going to, hey, ask me match week 33, April 18th. Regardless of how big the lead is, that's the weekend I will make my decision whether I jump fully on that damn train or I pack my shit and go home. That's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Uncle Views in the building. Views. Man, like views. Yeah, brother. Man was on Larry King crying about getting called into the office. He was 35 years old. Say it happened his whole life. I'm like, come on, brother. You liked it. Big up to E. Ross again. People fooled by Havertz already. Waffle Don in the house. Okay. I understand that Gyökeres has been poor. Yeah. But let's not pretend that his pure existence at the football club isn't because Havertz hasn't been poor. If Kai Havertz was at Arsenal Football Club scoring 20 goals a season, he would be our marquee striker. And the striker we would have gotten this summer would have been like a Liam Delap or some shit to deputize him, to deputize Havertz. But Havertz didn't hit the levels, and I don't even blame him for not hitting the levels because he's never been that guy. He has never scored 20 goals a season in his life, not even at Leverkusen. So essentially, we're asking a guy to do something that he's never done. Sound familiar, anyone? Square pegs, round holes, my brother View says all the time. You know? Square peg in the round hole is why we have Skelly lining up of left back and getting cooked every week. He is not that. Bunch of Spanish grape smugglers. Hey, big up, man. Big up. 2-2 draw, you know. 2-2 draw. No Palmer, no Caicedo. If the Cole Palmer thing is real. What is it? You know, I don't. People, it is. What time is it? Just past 8 a.m. You know, I wake up and I come straight on. You know, then I go catch content on the backup. You know, I'll go catch, you know, the intervention. I don't think there was an intervention this morning. I think he had I think Uncle Views had a Under the Lens with Rasta Stocks. So I got to consume that. So I haven't consumed any content or any news. So I don't even know what the story around the Palmer thing is. But even with Cole Palmer, I'm not expecting us to lose that game. You know what I mean? The worst result is a draw, but I do think we win today. Yeah, man. Car plates. Deutschland. Big up to Wahaha, man. Wahaha. These clowns acting like Harris not miraculously world class after coming back from such an injury. These fools are on crack. The thing is, we know how that movie ends. Just though Harris, we know how that movie ends. Okay, for example, last year's fixture, last year's semifinal, Arsenal versus Newcastle. We had 70% possession of the ball. 70. Go look at the stats for that game. 7-0. We had a 3-point-something XG and lost the game 2-0. You know who our starting striker was that game? Yeah, you guessed it. Kai motherfucking Havertz. The donkey. That Man City dominated. You can say they dominated Newcastle yesterday, but they didn't have 70% possession of the ball. They had 11 shots to their 10, like 5 to their 4 on target, but they had more of the ball. But it was like 52-48. We had 70% possession of the ball and lost 2-0 with a higher XG than Newcastle last year at home, with Kai Havertz leading our line. We know how this movie ends, and it doesn't end well. Big up to the bro that's Aaron. Love my bro. Hope you're good. Everyone catching strays today, BBK. What do you really want to say? Have to walk someone back, you know. I don't want to get kicked off the goddamn internet today. Especially when we could have some great content later, you know. Or I could be back later playing some good music, or I could be back here doing this shit. You know, I could be here. I could be here later cussing. You know, or I could be here later on. Just I could be here doing this shit. This is what I really want to do. That's what I want to do. Got myself a Glock. I want Yak to bang. That's what I want. But in a few short hours, you know, I'm gonna be over by Rashid for a preview, and then I'm gonna go to the pub because you know I wanna rub elbows with some Chelsea mates downtown Tacoma. So putting my face out there with them today. See how it goes. Big up to Aaron, man. We go give Aaron a sub, people. You know, the OGs, the Call It Out show. He not only does he give you a platform to come give you a platform, he brings you on the platform on Fridays with the call-in show. Pick him up. More Arsenal smash. Big you up, my G. We glad the algorithm found you. Big you up. Big up to pessimistic Arsenal fan. Hey, don't let Positive Dan see this name. You will be blocked. Chelsea got no Caicedo too. Come on, get in. We have to. We must. March 22nd. It should be Arsenal, Man City at Wembley, and Man City look good. Man City, but I fancy us in a final. Get me to a final. On-off game. The ball is round. Let them fall where they may. But I don't. Aaron, I might hit you up for that ticket, bro. I might fly over for a Karabuki Cup, my G. Hey, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate when you endorse the channel. I feel official when people like Aaron, when people like Organ Goon comes through. Big up, man. But nothing is bigger than this guy, the Don. That is E. Rouse. Big him up. Social says false nine don't work against mid-block teams. That's why we struggled against Newcastle, West Ham, Everton. Wasn't the case this season with Gyökeres because he can run. Teams can't play high against us so easily. Can't play against us so easily. I hear it. Yeah, man. We're down there. We're down there later on. I forgot the name of the damn pub. It recently just opened, but it's lit. It's lit. It's all football, and the staff is great. Food is shit, but the staff is great. We're not there for the food. We're there for the football. Told you about the Kool-Aid that kick it in reality now. Maybach music. You know it now. You know it. It's him.
Maybach music.
It's him. Teams play better against us without their regulars. Way more switched on. That's and I was gonna touch on that. Great segue. Because I'm saying Liverpool showed up with no Salah, no Ekitike, no Isak, right? Across their front line, and everyone was locked in for the day. Yeah. So I expect a good performance for Chelsea. I don't expect them to roll over, but there will be cracks there. There is an opportunity there for us to really get something out of this game. We cannot let these men come to the Emirates with any hope. Kill the tie off today, right? Matter of fact, you kill the tie off today. Next, in 2 weeks, when that game falls, I'm not sure what games falls in between them, but it gives you rotational flexibility to rest players or get players match sharp in the second leg. Pep did it in the first leg and got away with it. You got to rest Nico Gonzalez, get the rest of Rodri. That's big. 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there at Fulham. Those minutes add up in the legs come match week 18th when we turn up there. You wonder, how are they so fresh? How are they the first to every ball? Because they didn't play 90 minutes every fucking game. You played 90 some games, played 60 here, played 55 there. Adds up. Just Film said we're smashing them tonight. Chelsea Bridge is falling down. Hey, I'm here for that. I love how you type that in all caps as well. Here for it later. I think Killer gets some action tonight. 29 to score. Will he celebrate if he scores? You think he will? He celebrated in the 5-0, but that was at the Emirates. Every time he gets anywhere near the ball, they're gonna boo the shit out of him. So maybe that pushes him on. Chelsea getting smoked like we was some Jamaicans. Smoke them. Like that. Yeah, smoke them. Big up. Trusty and Saliba okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure, man. Not even sure that I haven't read any of the reports. I see the Haters TV interviews, but I struggle to get through his interviews. I really struggle. I guess it's the questions are just cringe and better start counting Odegaard and pass when he's on. Gonna watch. The thing is, when I'm at the pub, So many screens I can, let me hone in on this big one where I can see Odegaard's movement. Big up to Kurt, City fan in the house. Big you up. 1 foot in the final, brother. You're there. There is no way that man can put two past you. I think the minute they come to Manchester and try to open up and get back in the game 2-1, all that space they're gonna leave him behind. Erling Haaland is gonna have a field day. And he hasn't been on fire these past 2-3 games. Unfortunate for Newcastle. We know that won't last too long. And you have him again in 2 weeks. See you there, my bro. See you there. I fancy us. Yeah. Be like another Palace 1-0. See you in the final in that. Madueke better turn up. He was on joked in this game. I think the moment got to him. I don't think Nani starts this game. Do you think he starts this game? I don't think he will. I think he will feature, but I don't think he starts. Now, in a case where we're up 2-0 and Madueke comes on and Bukayo Saka comes off, I think Nani will cook. And I would like nothing better than for him to, because Nani Madueke may have our goal of the season so far, right? Am I tripping? The Champions League goal against was it that Club Brugge, where he picked it up from that 2-yard pass from Zubimendi? Excuse me. Ran the length of the pitch, rode a couple of challenges and slapped us in the top corner. That may have been our goal of the season so far. Right? We need one of them moments from him against them, man. Shane and Views are live at 5. There you go, people. Some promo for the. Yeah. It's a clean through. 1-on-1 clean through. Okay. Newcastle haven't scored a goal at the Etihad since 2018. Wow. Yeah. Didn't even know that. But based on the fact 2-0 down, you have to score. And I do think even if Newcastle goes to the Etihad and somehow score first, still have to score again. More space. And, it doesn't take much to wake up Man City. It may not even have to be a goal. You could just get a chance and you miss it, hit the crossbar, and they're like, oh, shit, hey, wake up, fellas. These men are fucking around. They're here to play. What was Nick Pope doing at the end of that match? He is crap. I don't know. But I was asking Specs, like, this is a cup game and Ramsdale is your cup keeper. But, Eddie Howe really trusts, he trusts Pope more than he trusts Ramsdale. Semenyo's second goal should have counted. Well, the fact that they looked at that for 6 minutes suggests that it should. Like, if you need 6 damn minutes to disallow a goal, like the goals make the game go, right? People want to watch the games for goals. So if there is that much doubt that you need 6 minutes to sift through shit, the game is about goals. In my opinion, you should be looking for reasons to give the goddamn goals, not reasons to take them off. But yeah, it's a long day for Newcastle. We need to make it a long day for the Chelsea. That's what we need. A long day for the Chelsea, a long night. Be that as it may, but I know Newcastle are the owners of the cup or the current holders of the cup, but did we really expect them to beat City? Didn't think they would beat City. I predicted a 1-1 draw. But the Etihad, a 1 draw. I don't think they would have went there and won, because then you still have to go there and score. No. I think over the 2 legs, it was the luck of the draw just wasn't happening for you this year. But it was so the goal happened. I locked my TV off because I got to go to physical therapy. I'm half mile up the road. Then it says 2-0. Then I get to the doctor's office and then it's chalked off. I'm like, what the? It took him that long. That's mad. These are paid professionals, We have a manager now that at least try to do what's best for the team. Nothing is giving against us, in my opinion. Is it to the end of the season that they gave him, or they gave him like a long deal? It's interim, isn't it? I don't know. Goal of the season. Zuby's volley was better, in my opinion, says Revolutionary Pot. Yeah, Zuby's. I think Zuby one is in there, definitely in there. I think the Trossard one against Sunderland when he shifted it onto his right foot and just rifled it in it, that's in there. But I think that outside of those three, right? And if you notice, all three of these goals, individual brilliance. These aren't teams where we cut through teams like Norwich 2014 and that, right? It's individual brilliance. So we got three wicked individual goals. We got a couple of own goals and a lot of set pieces. But Zuby, the technique on that Zuby strike, very difficult to do, keep that down. But it did take a deflection. Yeah. And it came straight to him. What an assist from Chris Wood, by the way. But Nunny got the ball on the damn halfway line. He had a lot to do, Rev. A lot. It's a lot of running, had to ride those tackles. And I just think the technique and the amount of ground that he had to cover, I think if I'm voting, I'm going in that order. I'm going Nunnies. I would actually even put Trossard one ahead of Zuby's based on the difficulty of the game. Right, we were 1-0 down, back to 1-1. That should have been our game winner. And there was a defender onto him. There was no one onto Zuby. He just rifled that one in there. Wicked technique. But those are the top three. And if I'm missing one, I might be missing a goal or two here and there. But those are the three main ones that jump out to me. But I think Nani had a lot more to do than just swing his foot at it. Yeah. He's caretaker until the end of the season. Okay. I have completely shut out all Man United news. All Man United news I'm going to have to get from Wahaha or Mito. Because Man United are essentially spoiler now. We got him at the Emirates in 2 weeks or something. No, well, we'll deal with them then. But as for now and the rest of the season, a Man United story is a non-story. Gabriel Martinelli is now stopped scoring all comps with 9 goals. Hat trick against Portsmouth, I ain't taking nothing away from Nani goal. It was a cracker for sure. Yeah, 100%. And I'm definitely not taking nothing from Zubimendi's one because it was, the technique on that. A ball like that is so easy to sky. Kick it out in the damn stadium, But he kept that down, and it was a wicked goal. But, big up to E-Ross, man. Please hit the like, people. What the like count is. They assembled. What the like count is, my friend. Where we at? Where we at on the day that we can start saying we're in a final damn near? Because I'm feeling a win. I'm really feeling a win. In spite the dead football, in spite the Arteta attacks, I do think we beat Chelsea on the day. That's some negativity for you. Yuck has the same number of goals as Trossard, but one is washed and one is balling. Context, you see, you can put numbers, you can manipulate numbers to tell any story you want to tell, right? Because I know this when I used to work for this damn phone company called Alltel way back in the day. Alltel, we used to advertise that we gained 3 million new customers every year, which was factually true. But they never used to tell the people and the investors that we lost 5 million customers a year. So it was a net negative, but it didn't sound good, So you can 5 goals and 5 goals. You can manipulate this story to tell whatever story you want it to 12. Bosh, 35 likes, man. Big up. I was at the game when Zuby scored that shot, says Social. Clock in behind that goal. So the swerve on it. You saw the swerve, yeah? But it looked like it had taken a deflection. But the technique was out of this world. But you notice that all 3 goals that I'm mentioning are outside the box. Which is why I want Gyökeres to start having a goal from out there, man, because he can hit a ball. The boy has a strike on him. Does he have this belief that he needs to just score all tap-ins or something where he's always in the box? Have a shot from far, man. Nothing will boost your confidence like that. Because after Nani scored that goal against Club, there was nothing he couldn't do. He was out there running on water. So I want to see y'all slap one in the top corner. Have a goal. Throw your name in the hat for goal of the season. Not just for Arsenal, but goal of the Premier League season. Swing your foot at the goddamn ball, man. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. The Bludgeon Man originator, Saka, Trossard, and Yok, all 7 in all comps. It's the goal by committee. Big up to Low Fat, Mo Fat. These names, let's be so creative with these names. City versus Arsenal final coming. That's where it's at, bro. That's what I'm looking for. But, and it's shit. It's supposed to be difficult, goddammit. A final is supposed to be hard. Every final is not going to be Manchester United, Tottenham. Shit game of football. Right? In a final, it's supposed to be the 2 best teams. Right? So, yeah, we'll get Manchester City. Oh, it's Man City. No, it's Man City. Top team. Big boys. But we're not here on accident either. Right? We had to go through Brighton. We had to go through Palace, who knocked Liverpool out. Brighton, who just knocked United out the FA Cup in that. So we would have earned our place in the final. You remember Altel, Dal? Yeah. Remember Altel and Nextel that used to chirp? We're old, We're old, man. We are done, bro, says Wesley. The whole fan base has been perfectly set up for the biggest upset. Poised to win it all and walk away with nothing will be very painful. This is my fear. It's my biggest fear, especially when I'm sitting here saying I'm expecting at least 2. I give Boyton a lot of shit for saying quad, but I'm over here saying double, right? I'm over here saying Carabao FA Cup is ours. But imagine nothing. That would firmly put us back in the banter era. Shit, did we even leave? I miss having a pager and then go to the payphone. You missed it. Nah, you missed the time because the people around that time was, accountability was a thing. Remember them times? Back then you needed people skills to even talk to a woman. It wasn't just swipe left, swipe right. It was you had to step to her, look in her eyes, and tell her that you're gonna change her life and all of something that. Yeah. The time that, I missed the time, not gonna lie. Facts, we put your name in the lights. Yeah, he needs this. We need this. Imagine having the coldest celebration in all of football and can't celebrate because you're not scoring. Because the mass celebration is cold. When was the last time we seen it? Does it depend? You're right. Nani went on to miss a penalty. Now I'm talking about in that game, in the Club Brugge game, because he scored a double in that game. He scored a header right at the kickoff of the second half because when the ball came over from Zubimendi, Gyökeres made a move towards the ball and all the defense went with him. The entire defense. And left Nani in the goal. He was on the goal line. He didn't have to move. They just let the ball hit me and it will go in the net. If it was easy, everyone would be in the final BBK. 100%. 100%. Good times back then. You needed to do things on your own. Now you need to have a cell phone gives you access to everything. Not only the cell phone gives you access to everything, it's an electronic leash, isn't it? Being always within reach of my wife. I can't take the trash out. I go around the corner before me. What you doing? I just left the house. Feel like, sometimes I want to block her. Stop fucking calling. I just left. City been asleep for a season. Now they're waking up. Next season, City and Pool will be better. Arsenal have to do it this season. Low fat, mo fat. Not only will City and Arsenal and Liverpool will be better, I think Chelsea will be better next season. Dare I say, Man United could get their heads out their asses. It doesn't get any easier from this point. 100%. Can I get you a drink, baby? You had to have game back then. Now, yeah, and you had to get ready for the rejection comeback, because back then the chicks used to play hard to get with the opening line unless they were really into you. You know what I mean? So you would get a hint of hard to, oh, you playing hard to get? Well, you damn near hard to want. But we're gonna play this game, and you know it'll be a little bit of tit, a little bit of tat. You know what I mean? And it was calm. You know, tell them how beautiful they are, and ask them questions that they think you're interested in, and all of something that. But the game was different. Chatting women face to face is a lost art, my friend. These kids will never be able to muster up the courage to go over there and talk to the most beautiful girl in the room. They won't, man. It's just not. You swipe left. What is it? Is it swipe left for what you want or right? I don't know. Left is a match or right? Listen, don't know. I know Wahaha is up on this dating game shit because he's a young lad. Wesley, brother, last season what killed Liverpool was good form that made them believe winning the UCL was possible. That loss soured their title to win. I remember they felt better because we got KO'd. I hear it. Nah, that celebration got ruined by your fans. Fuck the fans. Talking about him. You know what I mean? But the fans were expecting goals. But the celebration is cold. I like it. There's enough man doing Lee slides in that, and who invented this? Who invented? No one can say they did the math. They need a band Kool-Aid. It's a real thing. Got my popcorn and my beer ready for the reality. Good knows the deal, man. Yeah. Listen, Dollar was a pimp back in the day, and a Dollar pimp. Threats, pimp. Dollar has a purple suit in his closet. I guarantee you. I'm gonna ask TJ. TJ, does Dal have a purple suit and some pink gaiters in his closet? Big up to the legend that is Suge. Big up to Taryn in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Big up to Suge. Legendary Suge. You are our friend. Big you up, my guy. Yeah. I have a baby mama from the club. Let's. Hey, who said you can't find love in the club? You find love in the club now. That was a pimp. You want to catch down in this heyday, man. Clubs get you in trouble for real. 18 years. Got you for 18 years. Espio. As a Man City fan, it's hard to choose between two toxic London teams, but prefer Chelsea to see in the Carabao Cup final. And the City will be the Premier League 6 points ahead in January. It's not big goal difference. Yeah, I think we're both on 26 goal difference right now, no? But we'll see you in the final, my friend. I'm expecting Arsenal Football Club. You don't you dare return of the Mac, Hot Stepper, where the bangers back then, and the Montel Jordan. These kids will never know. The Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. Was it that one or the girl, if it's all right? Let's go somewhere and get it on tonight. That was my shit, That was my shit. I said, my baby's stressing me. We need to go somewhere. Listen, Lil Jon with that crunk music, that crunk juice from like early 2000s, like 2000s to 2005, 6, right? Club anthems. BVK Social, the new channel. Hey, man, we kick it. One of these days we'll have like, like DJ has the Sunday kickback. One of these days we'll have like a kickback. But definitely, whether we win the league or we are Tete Sack, it's a 24-hour stream here. 24 hours straight. I don't do nothing. I don't do stupid dating apps. Too old and too proud for that. Nah, man. I seen you on Online Booty Call. OBC. Yeah, there's literally a website called Online Booty Call. My young soldiers just put me onto it. Online Booty Call, Plenty of Fish. I'm like, there's a website called Plenty of Fish. That was way back in the day still. Like, what's the caliber of the people on there? So, gee, if you don't know, man, you got to get on it. That Return of the Mac, man. Legendary tunes. All them White Lightning. Listen, I'm telling you, Dallas. Dallas full of personality, I swear. Big up to Dal, man. Big up to Probe. Love, my bro. Hope you are good. 38 likes as we wind down the show. It wasn't so hard to pick. It wasn't hard for him to pick. Then was it? No, you don't. Oh, okay. I got you. Now, hey, Gate is gone. Okay. Fucking you had to be outside. Right out of them true, man. Lil John. Yeah. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a. You don't give a damn. To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drip down my skeet. You want to see some thoughts in the club just put their heads on the floor and that bust it wide open and all of that. Right, it was wild. Wild child. He said, heard it through the grapevine. Listen, I don't see this damn Suge. Suge, don't tell your damn self on the internet now. All for One and Boys to Men. Yeah, this is where you go knock somebody up. This is how Dal got fucked up. This damn love music and shit, Hey, big up to DG too. Big up to BB in the chat. Here comes the odd stepper. Hey, Return of the Mac and all them something there. Yeah, Montel Jordan, man. They loved him. That boy was 6'8". He used to get all the chicks. Yin Yang twist. Get low. Get low. Feel the sweat. The sweat drip down my days. Listen, the music was 98. Listen, Brad, Victoria, they owe him some royalty. They owe this man some royalty. That became a hood classic. You know what I mean? It was like a cultural phenomenon. Ooh, that girl so scandalous. You know what? I couldn't handle it. She's shaking that thing like, who's the ish? Looks so devilish. Oh, my days. The stream that went off the rails. Is Chelsea and Arsenal still playing today? Is Chelsea and Arsenal Football Club playing today still? Because slow jams. Now, listen, 98 was the year of the slow jams, Matter of fact, Usher and Monica had a literal song called Slow Jam that me and my wife used to fuck to when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. If you know, you know. Listen, this right here, this Craig David album was the best album never heard. I swear to God. This is one of the best albums what was it called? Born to Do It. With Rendezvous in 7 days and I'm walking away and shit and Fill Me In. Literally one of the best albums never heard by the masses. It was a classic. I don't know what happened to that boy. But I thought he would have went on to do like some more classics. But that Craig David album was cold, Suge. Not gonna lie. Cold album. Hey, I still bump LL Cool J. Hey, lover, who do you love? Hey, these are classic hits. Now it's just mumble rap. Now on the Red Pitch podcast, Cav is a hip hop nut. He is going to do a hip hop show, and I will be on the panel sometimes. And I told him, like, bro, as long as it's not this mumble rap shit, I can talk music with you all day. R&B, rap, dancehall, reggae, all of it. As long as it's not the, you know, as long as it's not that fuckery, I can talk all of it. But I can see there's some music connoisseurs in the chat. Drew Hill, yeah, call somebody sleeping in my bed, brother. Jodeci, mad. Baby, make your booty go, da 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 da. Baby, make your booty go. Hey, see, I'm telling you, wahaha. The summer of 2000, bro. The summer of the year 2000. Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z. Matter of fact, it's in the intro that I played. Right? The instrumental for that. And the thong song. Brother, Keith Murray, that Jersey boy. Official legend. The album was fire, bro. It's one of my top 3 R&B albums. The album was so good. But I was expecting an album from that album. I guess the album was too damn good for him to top it. Because it was a bad boy album. I'm glad to hear this. I'm glad to hear that he's goated and respected for that album, because that album was mad. My number 1 record, Jodeci, my lady. Hey, that's a wedding banger. I'm there, my bar in a chichi man car. Place the fire, make we wonder. Oh shit, the doc said Frankie Beverly and Mace track. Before I let you go. Hey, Jesus Christ. This listen to the man there with the music star. Jaja. Hey, man them. What sucks about mumble rap? The mumble rap beats are good. The lyrics and the rappers suck. But there are no lyrics. They're not even using words. They just mumble some shit around 6 times, and I'm like, what is this? And I asked my son, he's listening to it and he's bumping his head, and I pause it and I'm like, what did he say? What'd he say? He can't tell me. Well, you're listening to it. You know? I can tell you every word to the Biggie song if my head is bobbing. You know? If the head right, Biggie, the hair not. Papa been smooth since days are under rules. Never choose. Do something to us. Girls walk to us, want to do us. Screw us. Who us? Big Papa and Puff. Close like Starsky and Hutch. Stick the clutch. Yeah, squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Now the man, them just, yeah, the beats are fire, social. I'm not gonna lie, the beats are bad. But rather, Kendrick's okay, but he ain't got no bangers. Yeah, makes good music. Definitely. Him, J. Cole, makes good music. Big up to David London. Bless up, youth. Manners and respect, Magena. Glad the algorithm found you. See, a lot of new faces came around today, so big up the man them. Appreciate we hitting likes and subscribing to the channel and all them something there. Hey, that was 99, wasn't it? That was off the 400 Degrees album. Yeah, man, these are R&B songs. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. Hey, that was 07. That goddamn suit's taking me back to my 20s and that. Right, Keith Sweat used to make them panties get real heavy on the ladies. You know, the day that we don't listen, the ladies, man, get that now. It's cool, man. Ja Rule, New York, Fat Joe, lean back. Bangers. D'Angelo, first beat, couldn't stop it. That was Brown Sugar, wasn't it? Ended his own career before it started. Hey, Chris. Call him Chris up in New York, you know, call him Chris. Sunshine Banger. Biggie of the good flow. Yeah, man. Biggie. That's my dude. Espio, back to the football, says, in this season, every time when Manchester City lose in the Premier League, then beats a traitor in the cup games, we did against Newcastle. Chelsea beat that Mr. Bus. Can't wait to see the final, he says. the music portion of the stream, man. Music and BBK Sports will be forever. I don't think I've ever started a stream without some music, whether it's in my countdown or it's just to play music. It's my thing. It's my shit. So big up the man them for rocking with it. I know it's some people, but music is a thing that that usually unites people. Ask the legendary Bob Marley. Hey man, KS tunes were cold, man. Your Cruz had some club bangers. Whatever happened to him? So a lot of these guys, it'd be like record label politics. I think there may have been some of that included with Craig David as well, because there was no way he should have. I don't want to say fallen off, but I just think we deserve more music from him after that type of album, man. That album was manners and respect to James Bond. Jenna, big up, man. Nelly killed it. 2000. Yeah, man. There's some Nelly in the outro, and I definitely. Hey, damn, it's right here. It's right here. The Dynasty was a good album, man. This is a fire stream, man. I'm not gonna lie. Hard Knock 2, Hard Knock Live Volume 2. Yeah. I haven't bought a rap album in the last rap album I bought was 2009, The Last Kiss from Jadakiss. That was the last time I bought a rap album to a CD. Excuse me. I did listen to Freddie versus Jason with Jadakiss and Fabulous as a rap duo compilation album, but for me it's mostly reggae, reggae dancehall, and I listen to all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I even listen to at Christmas time. Everyone listen to Christmas Carol. I just pop in some Kenny G. I fucks with Kenny G. That's what I do. I think it's weird. I think Kenny is supremely talented. I've been listening to a lot of stuff of Trojan Records. Favorite at the moment is Rivers of Babylon by the Melodonians. Yeah. So Junior Reid had mixed this. Junior Reid had mixed this with Bounty Killer back in the early 90s. Yeah. Yeah. By the Rivers of Babylon, when we sat down. Yeah. Before them seek God, them seek the devil. That's why them life is so miserable. Big tune. And I can appreciate when the artists feature songs like this from the previous generation to bring it up to speed. You know what I mean? It's big up. So he can't. So he can't. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Like Jay-Z isn't everybody's cup of tea because his style is unique. His style is different, Didn't stand for Tupac either, And that's cool. I'm not, not here to it's a 3-minute timeout. Give me a 10-minute timeout. Lauryn Hill was cold back in the day. Yeah, Lauryn Hill, she was the thing with her, she could rap as well as she could sing, So yeah, she was matter of fact when Drake came out in like 2009 when Drake made his, people was like, he's the male version of Lauryn Hill. He can sing and he can rap as well as he can sing. And, I get it and all that stuff, man. But yeah, man. Ghetto Superstar. That is, hey, big tunes, man. Big tunes. Legendary ones. Them. Was praying that Arteta was just mind games with them being out. But big up for that update, Kwaja. You see what it says. Willie and Leandro have been both included in the Arsenal squad to face Chelsea. The really thing, he's plays poker. I don't know why he feels like this. Does he think this gives him an advantage? Competitive advantage. Like, bro, you don't need all this to beat Chelsea, bro. They've had a manager for 2 days. This is your bunch for 5, 6 years. Like, this is your team. Like, we do believe that the club or a football team is a reflection of the manager, right? How you play, how you set up, it's a reflection of the man. So whatever is on the pitch is a reflection of Mikel. So if this reflection of you after 6 going into your 7th year can't beat a Chelsea team with a new manager, a younger manager than you, come on, bro. We're putting expectations on Mikel for this game. You're not lying. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Nappy Heads and Zealots, some of my favorite Fuji tracks. I mean, Fuji's was a shame they had to break up, you know. I keep telling man he raised rates in his press. See, the thing is, and that's another part that Shane highlights of his narcissistic behavior. That his press conference is typically the only place where he's in complete control, right? Because when the whistle is blown, he's not in control of the whole picture. You're in control of your 11, but you have another 11 men trying to undo what you're trying to do. But in the press conference, he's in control. A question he doesn't like, he lashes out or sidesteps it, whether the questions are legit or not. So yeah, he does raise bait. I'm not gonna lie. My theme song, "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. That shit blew up in the year 2000 like a motherfucker, man. That had TRL Times Square on fire. You know? I remember when in primary school we had to bring your music lesson. I hear it. But I wonder if they even do shit like this anymore. You know, because this music helps you cultured, you know. Because when you travel, one of the ways to really ingratiate yourself and understand the culture of a people or a country is through their music, their food, and sports. Right? And I'm speaking like if you go to my homeland, that's essentially what you're going to be immersed in. You know, the music, the food, and the track and field, the rich history of that. Don't believe a word that he says, man. Wahaha, you know. Jesus Christ, man. Just Film said he's scared. They play good against us with 10 men. This guy is such a fraud, man. This is why we settle with draws when we could win the game. Horrible coach. Horrible coach. Should have put horrible coach in all caps as well. Meth and Red. Hey, big man's them. Big man's them. Chelsea looked relaxed in their last game. They're going to be up for this one. They're definitely going to be up for this one. It's Arsenal. They're going to be up for it. They would like nothing more. Because, the Chelsea man, they're in this space. They see more tense comments about the quad. They would love nothing more to put an end to this crazy quad talk from these lunatic Arsenal fans, Put it on repeat. That's it, man. Put it on repeat, brother. Yep. Facts, music, and the food especially, brother. So when I used to travel through Europe, man, we go to a restaurant and my son orders a typical American shit because it's a touristy area. Burger, nah, fuck that. What do the locals eat? And that didn't work out well all the time. I didn't always like it, but when you in Rome, you do what the Romans do. And that's what the fuck I did, But big up, man. Big up. Listen, people, love for the love. I'm going to love you and leave you with there with the music and all that. Listen, it's been a fantastic day. If it comes on at the same time as the Arsenal game, no. If it comes on before or after, I might watch it. But no, man. But it's been a fantastic stream today, people. Absolute love it. You legends that have checked in, all the new faces that contributed to the conversation. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Do hit a like on your way out, as well as I play some tunes. That we just have to play some tunes in the art of the music discussion that we had. Enjoy the music on the way out, people. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Play the motherfucker.